Hello, it's Grandma Ray. I love children, I love books, and I especially love reading books to children. In this video, I am reading and recommending The Smart Cookie. This book was written and illustrated by Jory and Pete Oswald. Here we go. Greetings. I'm a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. Come on in. Here we go. It's a cookie who lives in a bakery. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, eh? There we go. It looks like a fun place to be. I like bakeries. Bakeries smell yummy. These days life is sweet, but my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers, a cookie who felt confident in a group, a cookie who said aha when solving a puzzle, like this, aha! Do you feel like a smart cookie? I have days when I don't feel like a smart cookie, but most of the time I feel pretty smart. Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Ms. Biscotti, was kind and patient. When I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as the others. I was the last to finish most tests. That can be tough in school. I can understand. It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up, even though I knew the material. Those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once, I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time I added when I meant to subtract. Occasionally we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea, because that's what it felt like. Uh-oh. Do you ever feel like you just don't know what's going on? You're just struggling? Honestly, we all have those kinds of days. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Move, you move, no you move, no you move, no you move. I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. And it went this way day after day after day. But then something happened that changed everything. What do you think happened? Clearly something important happened. It all started with a homework assignment. Ms. Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. That was it. There were no further instructions. Ms. Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original? Due tomorrow? Nope. What would you do? If you had to make something, do something completely original, it means that nobody else has ever done it. What would you do? When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original, a poem. Well, that's a great idea. Do you like poems? I like poetry. I I came up with a title based on how I'd been feeling. My Crummy Days. After that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha! I said when I was finished. I couldn't sleep that night, but it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt smart. Have you ever done something that makes you feel smart? The following day, Ms. Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at something at such different things. That's true. We're all good at something. You might be good at something that I am not good at all. But I might be good at something you're not good at. Finally, Ms. Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything, she asked. Nope, I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure. But I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking. My mouth went dry. Are you afraid talking in front of people? Now, I'll be honest, that's not something I have ever been afraid of. It's kind of a thing I enjoy. But we're all different. This poem is called My Crummy Days, I said, my voice cracking, and then I read it aloud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I will never, ever forget it. Ms. Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Isn't that wonderful? She did a good job. It's a great thing. Aha! I had done it. I'd created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha! I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Ms. Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. You know what? I have a granddaughter who writes. She wants to be a writer when she grows up. Isn't that cool? School was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand or ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come as easily for me as they do for others. But now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things, to find out who you are and what you like to do. That's true. And you can try something and you can practice it and find out that maybe that's not your best thing. And so you move on to something else. As for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas. And I found plenty of other things I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is, there's always more to learn. Because we're all smart cookies. There you go, we are. We're all smart cookies in our own way. Wasn't that a great book? I hope you enjoyed it. If your grown-ups want more information about it, they'll find that in the show notes. I hope you'll join me again sometime. Bye-bye.